Joe Flacco visiting the Giants on Thursday. They're bringing in Russell Wilson today. Hey, I asked Chris Sims about this yesterday. Are you queasy as a Giants fan about the quarterback position? Yes, he is. Why wouldn't you be? Who the hell do they have? And unless they trade up to number 1 to take Cam Ward, which it looks like the Titans are locked in on that proposition, you can't draft somebody at 3 overall. You can't justify Shedeur Sanders at 3 overall. They got a mess. And maybe it will be Flacco back to New Jersey. He was with the Jets at one point. Maybe he goes back to New Jersey with the Giants.
The hell you can't justify Shedeur Sanders at number 3 overall if you're the Giants. If you're
I'm saying
Joe
you trade down. You'd have to trade down. If you take him at 3, you're going to get dragged by your fan base. You'd have to come down a little bit, I think.
That's okay. All right. You either, here are your options. You can get dragged by the fan base by taking Shedeur Sanders at number 3. And it's funny, and I'll get back to that in a second. Sanders at number 3, the fans don't like it. Oh, why'd you take him there? You could have had him at 15 or 20. I don't know. Versus your job's on the line.
Oh, I know.
So you're putting your job in the hands of Russell Wilson or Joe Flacco or Tommy DeVito or Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. I mean, I would rather, if I'm them, give me the rookie quarterback. A lot of people, we just heard from Bo Nix, a lot of people thought that was a stretch at 12. Like, oh, Sean Payton's going to go with Bo Nix. This guy's not a first rounder. He's probably a second or third rounder at best. And he turned out to be a really good pick for them. I think the over-analysis, I think we've gotten into over-analysis with Sanders too. He's a good quarterback. Is he unbelievable? Is he the best quarterback prospect we've seen in the last 10 years? No. Is he the Deion Sanders of quarterbacks? No. But I think he's pretty good, and I think he helps the Giants. I would much rather go that option, go that route than what else they're left with. The alternatives don't look good to me.
I don't disagree with you. The problem is the Giants are sufficiently dysfunctional where they're in this weird spot where they've kept Joe Schoen as GM, they've kept Brian Daboll as head coach, but John Mara says in basically the next breath, I've about run out of patience. So there's this vibe that they need to win now. So you bring in Shedeur Sanders, you don't win now, somebody else develops Shedeur Sanders. You're gone. That's the argument against even a Cam Ward. You go young at quarterback, you need John Mara to give Shane and Daboll more time. The vibe can't be playoffs or get the hell out of here and someone else would develop the young quarterback. And I don't know if I've shared with you, and we don't have time for me to go all the way down this theory. I think Deion Sanders is playing 4D chess. I don't know if we've talked about this. I think when Deion Sanders says he would only come to the NFL to coach his son, at some level he is scaring off the coaches of the teams where the coach isn't sufficiently secure in his position because if you draft Shedeur Sanders, you're signing your own pink slip. This is
Smart.
a way, I think, to engineer Shedeur to land with a coach who's not troubled by the possibility that Deion would want his job, that the team is properly functional and will put the most around him. I think it was next-level genius by Deion to put that out there because that's a way to scare away the crappy teams that would potentially ruin Shedeur right out of the gates. Give me a quick thought on that, and then we'll take a break.
Yeah, it's a great thought. I love the theory. I don't think so. I don't think that Deion would want to coach his son and his son would want to be coached by him in the pros. Worked at Jackson State, worked at Colorado. The pros, he wants to go his own way. And the only other thing I'll say, Mike, is whether the Giants have Joe Flacco or a veteran or Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward, I think they'll win the same amount of games. I think it's the same amount of games. 7, 8. So, you're going to go with Joe Flacco? Is that going to get you 9? You're going to win 10 games? With Flacco as your full-time starter? First of all, he won't last as your full-time starter because he's just not at that point in his career. So I think just go with the young quarterback and see what happens.
All right, we need to take a break. But just on my point on Dan, I'm not saying he's serious about it. I'm just saying he's saying it to scare off the coaches that would be threatened by it. That's a way to weed out the bad teams. I think that's the genius of it. Let's take a break. When we return, Patrick Mahomes has a new backup We'll tell you who it is next here on PFT Live. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.